Hi, hello. And so today's live video will be about my photography, and the biggest thing what every photographer talks is about the lighting. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do. And I've prepared my slides, and I would like to speak more about my artwork. It's just random slides. Right, but there you can see some actually artwork which was banned, which was, how to say, suspended from publishing or published, and then someone complained. Most of the time is that my followers who are on my account, not this one, but how to say, previous, so they are, how to say, those people who developed me so much that I need to figure out the ways to show and represent my work and avoid, or how to say, go around that ban. Okay, so they're developing me and they making me stronger, because before I was absolutely devastated. I was ashamed, I was hiding, I was, I didn't know what to do, basically. So this is my first slide, and this is root photographer. The reason I chose this photograph is because it's reminded me a very famous movie. Okay, when the lady put leg on leg, and everyone was very much curious what is between her legs. Okay, so that's why I chose this picture. Rude is because my photography is rude, and the way I communicate with people maybe a little bit more aggressive than, how to say, the other photographers. But the reason is for that, I've just spent in adult business many years, from 2005, and the number of people who insulted me and suggested something inappropriate and just, how to say, talk shit and that kind of thing, just made me a thick skin. Okay, that's the truth. That's how I am. If I do not like the person, I am rude, not only with my artwork, but of course verbally. Yes. Okay, so let's go to my second slide. So the second slide is erotica my style. What is it, my style? It means that I do not look at anyone else. Okay, I do not bother what the fuck others doing. I don't really care. Okay, and that is exactly what I suggest everyone who is interested to make erotica, to shoot erotica, to how to say, to express themselves with their photography in, how to say, in erotic format, is not to look anywhere else. And where is the controversial is there. Okay, so basically, when people do not know where to start and what to do, of course they want to follow someone's advice. Okay, of course they want to do someone what the others are doing, right? And that is the easiest way. The easiest way is to copy. That's why we have X Factor in every country, because there it is easier to copy and franchise. Okay, and make, how to say, your business this way, and it is much harder to develop your own style. It takes time, it takes years, it takes effort, hard work, it takes dedication. You know what that means. It takes everything, right? So erotica for me is my style, and developing myself and going in depth. And here it is. This is a simple portrait, like simple couple at the studio. Nothing special about it. I just, chose black and white just to start with, just to show how I start the photo shoot. So everyone in how to say, in my experience. Okay, no, but I cannot be absolute, because there are people who will come and would like to shoot erotica, and they would undress, and they would not want, any pictures in clothing. Yes, but majority, I speak in general. Okay, majority would like to have a picture or a few sets of the portraits, that you are dressed. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, and my stuff is falling down here. Okay, so what I'm doing what I'm doing here is, um I'm going ahead. Okay, because I'm recording as well for the Instagram. That's why my thing went down and fall down. Anyway, okay, going ahead with a erotic portraits, and this is another couple here where you can see that they are starting to undress. Yeah, so the first, what I do is I make people dressed. I make people dress the way they want, okay, to make them feel secure. I do not change a lot. I do not make, crazy things. I do not suggest crazy things at the start. I want to make them safe and comfortable, okay? And the comfort is what people are get used to, okay? They do not want any, shocks and any, how to say, nervousness in there, just safe, standard, normal shots. That's how I start my photo shoot. And then I ask them to undress slowly, okay? And what that means is undress slowly, but have contact with them, right? So the movement, the hands. And there is another, how to say, another portrait which also couple is dressed. Okay, but there is some suggestion already to erotic photo shoot. Okay, the reason why I'm taking these pictures like that is because of marketing and social media. So if I would shoot only erotica, my artwork will not be published in any kind of way, because when it goes into nudity, all the artwork, if you are not the artist who is paying for your account, you are going to be suspended, banned, and how to say, restricted in any way possible. And as well, there is also followers who would make your life much harder. Okay, that's why I'm already on my third IG account, which has just one strike, and I'm trying to be very nice and good in here, right? Although I will show some banned pictures and I'll just risk, that's how I am, okay? So another slide is I am trying to be good, and if you would see over here, right, there is a clear suggestion that the red spot was a bare ass, okay? And that's how the picture was about. Okay, to show the bum and to show the connection. So how to say, it's a studio portrait, and if before we have a really bright light, yes, okay, and coming from the background area, so here we have a totally different lighting, right? Like you see, I am not shy, and I am not how to say, limited with my ideas how I would like to represent this or the other scene. Okay, so these are going to be images with the absolutely different light. Okay, and if you are professional eye, you could notice it very quickly. If you less professional, you would just see a small difference. Okay, but these are all lightings in a different way. So here is, you can see a couple. The reason why I made this photo shoot, because I make, how to say, a very special, my specialty is erotic photography, but what my studio does is work with hot, sexy models who can join couples on the set and create an amazing adult adventures and experiences for them. And that's threesome, that called threesome, right? And that's the start of the shoot. Again, I cannot show you guys here how the real threesome in a bedroom environment looks like, because it's not allowed. As soon as people undress, you need to make clever ways to shoot it, and it just like goes on and on. Okay, and there are many things I've tried, many things I've done, but this is the safest way, when you can see this is a threesome and three people are dressed. Okay, that is what you're allowed to show at this stage. Okay, so the next slide is another threesome in the studio. Okay, these are if that threesome was with a couple and the male model, right? So this threesome is with two female models, hot, sexy models in the studio, and again, in a way that how to say, not to provoke too much, okay, not to show too much, because I'm making this live, and everyone would see the artwork. I do not want to, how to say, to offend people too much, but my work is rude. I offend. I go nude. I undress. I direct people in the way that it's, how to say, it's shocking for majority of them. And the scenes we create are adult content. Nothing I can tell you more about that. You understand what I'm talking about, right? Okay, here is another different lighting situation, like you see. Okay, this is lighting which more or less related to people with a lot of imperfections. Okay, so this type of lighting I will use when people are not secure and not how to say, sure about their bodies. And here you can see that there is nothing you can see. Okay. There is nothing you can see, but you can see a silhouette. Okay, in terms of the silhouette, like the stronger light, again, lighting, it's a different lighting point, and the lady is covering the, how to say, imperfections of the guy. Okay, and that's why they posed this way. Okay. And here is another, how to say, not allowed, no, no, no picture. But because it's not a lot of nudity, although I was banned for this picture of the touching thing. This is a couple, and again, this is an undressing stage where you can just create, how to say, a sexual and romantic atmosphere. A little bit of pearl, necklace and bracelet. I mean, you don't see the necklace. The reason why they cropped my pictures are cropped because if how to say, if it's a private shoot, I do not show anyone's faces and they would not be recognized. Okay, so that's why. So this is another option of the light, and this is a boudoir. Yeah, to girlfriend, this is a boudoir session, a boudoir lighting. Okay, and a boudoir set, right? And you can see we have a little bit like uh, glam, okay, like a glam spin on the whole picture, right? This is another session. It's a fitness. Okay, this is a body fitness portrait, right? And you can see that the reason why it's lit this way, that it would show masculine muscles, and it just, how to say, represent uh, the body, like fitness athletes or people who like to work out. They would love something like that. Okay, there are many ways how you could light this, but this is one of the options. And like I say, you can see already that this is a totally different light, right? We're going here and we're speaking about lighting. Okay, and we can see that all these images represent a totally different light. Why I'm doing this? Because every person has a different agenda and a different understanding, different information and energy about themselves. Okay, and I am that mirror who represents that energy. Okay, I am not a photographer. I am an artist who use photography to create adult content, sexual art. What that means is, I can tell you, there is a difference between photographer and an artist. If you go to photographer, okay, you will see the same light again and again and again and again. Okay, same or similar. Okay, there is no drastic changes. There is nothing, crazy. There is nothing like that. Okay, and this particular slide does not show the whole range of the lighting that I create in my studio. Does not show. Okay, but it will. I will make those videos, and I will show a very clear understanding. Now we just speak about the body. Okay, represent the body. And by all means, I can tell you that's where the difference is. When you go on the website and you see photographers' work, and you will understand that these all are the same techniques the photographer use. Okay, and I do not want to follow those people. I want to teach you to have your own signature, your own style, your own spin on the things. How you can do it? You need to understand what is those people you are photographing, okay, how you can match them, okay, and how you can translate the information through your medium, okay, through your medium. It means art and photography, what you use, and then later editing, post-production process, and so on. Okay, so moving on ahead with the slide 13. Okay, this is a very controversial shot. I am just saying that here we are trying to shoot underwear with an erection. Okay, and the reason I use this shot because it's how to say, it's a net pants. Okay, now it's very popular. I mean, before it was popular, but that is a net pants. But the reason I'm showing you is that if their material will be different, the information about the picture will be slightly different, right? So the material and the textures what you use are very important. Okay, because if you would use a thick material, okay, not see through, okay, we would cannot see, okay, the whole edgy representation of this picture. And again, I cannot show it properly, but I hope I'm not gonna be banned after this, right? Picture. Ooh, fingers crossed. Okay, and now it's a classic shot, right? A classic shot, and I made it black and white. She was wearing a pink lingerie on the black background, which will stand out, with her beautiful high heels. But I'm just saying it's a simple pose, right? Her lying down on her back, just touching her hair, all about her body, all about her beautiful physique. She was an ex-dancer. That's why she's so skinny. Okay, so that's what we get used to see when we shoot erotica, when we shoot boudoir, something innocent, something sensual, something gentle, okay? And look at that. Okay, so you can see there is a clear difference between the way you would represent the personality and the way you would shoot erotic photography, right? There is another slide which I can show you that this picture I added just because of the dress, okay? So it's a beautiful dress, right? I did not add the face, but that was a beautiful face as well, and just the door. The reason why I'm showing you this, because people like to, how to say, to hold on to something. If they never pose, to feeling in that dress, even though his dress is very pretty, you need to be absolutely confident, okay, to represent that dress. Again, this lady, she couldn't take a shot alone by this dress. As soon as I start how to say, moving her to the wall, to the door, she relaxed and she expressed her face, and she was happy to pose. Okay, so like I say, our photography, right, it is very important at this point. When you're shooting people, you need to understand that this energy what you create will make your photo shoot successful or not. If the person is not comfortable with you, not comfortable in a outfit or without the outfit, if the person is not comfortable in the pose or a position that he is, the photo shoot will be not successful. Okay? Yes, the lighting will be on point. Yeah, you can light the person, but I can tell you is, if her face is unhappy, if her body language doesn't show her how to say, sexuality, right? She does not express this information. She would not like any of the pictures. And we are speaking about creating art and making business. And making business is you need to sell that photo shoot. Okay, and all my photo shoot are paid after, not before but after. That's why I take that risk away from those people. Okay, if I have not made a photo shoot that they're happy with, all the pictures that they get, they do not pay. Simple as that. Okay, so My job is, and I am on point because I have not been paid, right? That's why I am more keen to connect with that person and understand that person, why she or he behaving this way. Okay, and I will tell you the story about my recent shoot, but after, when I finish the slides and explaining you and showing you the variety of the lights. Okay, so this is another shot, and like you see, that's a totally, again, different lighting variation. And the shot is very expressive, where we're shooting a face and a mouth, and it is very much important for the lady to be in that sensual, sexual atmosphere, licking her hand, like doing all of this, and just enjoying that, and sensing. And when you would see the full, I cannot show you, it's all crop, but when you would see the full series of shots, you will understand that this honey thing, it has a very strong representation, and it was shot in the way that the honey was very happy being licked, okay, and the lady was very sexual and sensual when she was doing that, okay. So how to say, connection with your client, okay, it's as much is important as your lighting, okay. And that's why I had this slideshow before, when I was talking about light, and I was telling you that there is light physical, okay, which relates to body and the face expression, and there is light emotional, okay, which also has an impact on the person, the way the person feels, because sometimes people are so scared they can't handle bright light, they cannot go, all they want to do is hide, okay, hide and run away. So how you will make successful shots when the people want to hide and run away, and they still yet want you to push them to go through this experience and make all those successful, explicit, how to say, nude and erotic shots. This is a very big task on that photographer who goes into this gig with that person. Believe me, there is not every person who would, okay, there are so many people who will contact me and ask me to shoot and do whatever I want with their pictures because they want that experience. Free shoots at the moment, okay. But when you starting, okay, you will have just one option, to start from the free sessions and to experiment on people. And that's how I show you how the lighting is different and why I light this way. But you must understand that when you go into adult photography, shooting erotica, it is not like portrait, because people are undressed and more vulnerable. They have to show things they don't need to show in the other situation, in the other studio. They can control their sexuality as much as they want. They can be sexual, they can be not. That's not related. They making a business portrait, or they making a family portrait, or they making a couple portrait. Well, with the couple portrait, they can be more, emotional and more sexual. Okay, but as soon as you need to take your clothes off, the energy changes. And who is there? Only photographer to witness that. And what the photographer will do with this information, with that energy, how it will convert, where it will lead to, and how it would lead, that's your job to understand. Okay, so another slide. Okay, so this client clearly, so if we see this one, for example, standing next to the door, she's not hiding behind the door, okay, but she needs how to say, someone to lean on, okay. She needs someone to lean on. If there will be a guy, she will be absolutely happy to lean on the guy. Okay, but there was no guy, and I've noticed this. Every time she's wearing a nice outfit, she doesn't know where to go and what to do. She looks gorgeous, she looks sexy, the body is amazing, but she needs someone next to her. Okay, that's her personality, that's how she is. So you need to bring her. to the pole, to the door, to the wall, to somewhere that she would feel that safety. And look at this one. This one went behind the door. Okay. And she doesn't want the whole face. She was very happy. So when we were shooting, she was like that. Let me show you. Her hair was covering half of the face. She didn't want to show her face. Okay. There are a lot of people who are so uncomfortable with the way they look. They want the hair be on their face, like that. Okay. So that's the photo shoot. Okay. That's the photo shoot. Okay. I missed my hair now. Okay. But what I'm saying to you is that this is important for you to understand where the person comes from and what's happening with that person during the photo shoot, why she is hiding her face, why she is more comfortable to go behind that door and shoot half of the face like that. Okay, that's the photo shoot. That's the shoot. Okay, and I understand that. Okay, she cannot handle that sexual situation. She can. Okay. So when the person is shooting, my hair is terrible now. When the person is shooting erotic content, okay, and shooting to find a boyfriend or a girlfriend, right? And want to shoot sexy pictures, right? And hiding behind the door. Have you seen many that kind of a situations when you dating? That people do not show their face and they're hiding their face. So this is one of them situations when they want to represent themselves, but they don't know how they look. Okay, they need data, they need information, right? But what's starting in a studio, how you can recognize, okay, you can recognize straight away the person is using something to hide. Okay, and that's how you need to understand the personality and drive from that point into somewhere that the person will open up the face, and then be confident and comfortable of shooting the whole face. Okay, not the hair on the face, not half of the face, right? Because if you are doing photography for dating, it is the best way, okay, to do the whole face. The whole face. It's an information for your partner, okay, that you are less confident, okay? And it's fine if you have one picture and you're flirting like that. It is fine. It is fine. But if all the pictures are hidden face, the person have situation and the mentality level is hiding. You understand why it's happening, right? We have another. So look, so we have these lights already. Like if we are talking about lighting, right? And we are seeing the lightings, right? You can see that we are going absolutely into a different now light where it's a certain information showing, right? So with this information, we want to say something, right? Want to say something. And the reason why this chain hanging with the collar is because of the, basically you can tell that you would like to have a submissive partner, okay? And that you are, how to say, inviting someone into this pardon me, situation, right? So the reason why we have a prop in here, okay, to give that information. The reason why we have a nice curved bum, because that's the features what we want to show, right? That's a beautiful features we notice, we see, and we want to represent, and we want to show those features. Okay. Let me go again. So another shot, which is slide 19. In this shot, you can clearly see, let me just fix my hair. In this shot, you can clearly see that she is standing on his crotch. Okay, and this shot was also banned in my one of the Instagram accounts. Okay, and the red shoes and the red dress, of course, it's a very strong and powerful color, which I like. Okay, to add to my pictures, right? And this guy represents the one who will be dominated later, right? And again, like I say, we are looking at the light. Okay, so this light is about his crotch, the story about the shoe and stuff. If I could remove that thing showing the slides, it will be more visible, more clear. I don't know how to remove it. I will find out. Okay, so next slide is, okay, so showing something more, than you're supposed to. So body language is one thing, right? But when you move your hands around your body and slightly use your how to say, clothing, right, one way or the other, like undressing, of course, you don't need to very much be into this position to actually represent the sexual information. And the porn industry is based on that. There are certain positions and there are certain movements, right? Like removing the pants. You don't have to feel much in that shot, in that scene. You don't feel, usually people just removing the clothes nicely and sensually and maybe smile a little bit. It's enough to send that information. It's enough to show what this photography is about. Okay, so this is one of the slides which are related to escort. Okay, and escort, like came from a glamour photography. Okay, so glamour models slowly by surely become an escort models, and escort models then back become glamour models because they were shot in this way. Again, yeah, I cannot say for everybody, but I am just saying in general, right? Okay, going ahead with the lighting. Okay, again, strong bright light, right? If we go here and we can see that this is absolutely different to what we had, right? We're going into another representation. It's like her going into light, right? And this couple again, it is a posing. If you want to remove some imperfections, and ladies have a lot of imperfections, usually they bother about, right? So this is a very cool pose, right, to hide imperfections and show the nice bum, right? So that's one of the options. And like you see, there is a prop in there. We're using the prop, right? And the information is clear what the couple is about and what they want to do and how they want to do it. And that's the shot how we start the scenes. Okay. Again, like you see, they both are dressed. Right? Okay, that is another situation. And you can see that this is an undressing stage when they slightly remove their clothes and open the shirts and just the touching. So if here is the dress situation, here is already a second stage, and it goes slowly into undressing. This slide I wanted just to put in because if we showed here indoors, right? So this shot represents outdoor photography, and there are a lot of people who would like to try adult content creation outdoors because it gives more of a thrill. Okay, that someone will see them, not only me, but there is a chance that someone from the, no, here was a very high shot, so only maybe helicopter could see them. But I am just saying, right? You can recognize this is our observation wheel in London, right? In the background, and this is only a daylight. That's what we use. But depending how you would pose your couple, you can see that the daylight is coming from here and the sun is coming from there, and that's why this area is in a contrast, okay, and stronger and darker, right? So what I'm saying is that erotic photography, majority what I shoot is a studio light, right? But in the same way, we can shoot, of course, outdoors and use a natural light, okay, sun or overcast, no matter what you would do, okay, it would give you a certain lighting representation, right? How is better? For me, it is better to do in the studio because you can see that I can do a million lights of representations. Okay, in the studio, I just need time to reset the lights. Okay, here, there will be much more effort to, how to say, to diffuse the light, to use maybe some kind of the roof, or anything. So you can manipulate in a natural light or whatever. You can wait when the sun goes down, and that's how you will make more contrasty shot and things. But I'm just saying, in the studio it is very easy to be in charge of your light. Okay, you just want, you change it this way, you want, you change it that way. When you're choosing outdoors, that's what you got. Okay, and of course you can use your camera settings, which will help a lot to, I mean, how to say, manipulate, right? But that's the thing. Erotic photography divides people here. There is a lot who would like to hide, okay, and a lot who wants, ashamed and scared. And there is those people, okay, who want to go outdoors, who want to try something sexy and get more thrill, okay? Just so you know, that's the slide is about. Again, this is another thing. We're using only a natural light, okay, and the lady clearly stands near the window. The further she would be from the window, the less light and how to say, we would see on her body. Here you can see a natural splitting point, right, where is the shadow comes and where is the highlights, right? And so you use the light when it goes from your window, okay, or outdoors, right? And here you can use a studio light, okay? Majority of my light is not a constant, is based with flash, okay? And that is a representation of the clean flash image, right? That's in the way I would shoot explicit photography, right? They will remove the pants or take the dress off, but these pictures like a starting point of the scene, right? And go later into addressing and into nude and explicit, right? That's another studio shot, okay? And again, another light, right? If you could see, right? Another couple, again, hands starting point are on the intimate area, and the guy is wearing a very nice bright pink pants. That's why I chose him. You can see that this couple's hands are quite mature, so they're in their 60s, okay? And that's the controversial thing, that you must understand, the couple in their 60s, and look what kind of the pants they're wearing, so it's cool. It means there is still a fire in them. It means that they are still having that connection. They want to play with each other, they want to experiment, and they want to try new things, okay? So that is erotic photography is about, to try new experiences and to try new sensations, stimulations during that shoot, okay? This is another lighting option, The reason why I chose this picture is because usually when I set the light, it's very sensual, sensitive areas, okay? And so in general, the picture should be lit this way, in a natural way, right? But as you can see, the closer she would get, right? So this is one point and this is another point. And you can see that it's overexposed, right? So this area is overexposed. And so very often people would move towards the light source and will overexpose themselves. Okay, so my light is not general that comes from the every corner and reflects or how to say or shine on the body in the equal way. No, I am setting up a certain points, okay, in the certain areas, and here it's very clearly visible a certain errors I have during the photo shoot. And in the editing process, I would need to equalize it as much as possible to a main subject area, because she showed her hand out. How I can show you like that, right? She showed her hand out, and that was where the light was, and that's why it is exposed. So in my studio, okay, I am using certain techniques and certain ways I choose. On in general, when you go in the studio, there are few lights. They do not do much about them. They just shoot with the settings they've got. Okay, and that's general light. You know, the people are there, the lights are there. You know, and that's the general photographs they have. You know, so I am using different lighting techniques, and here you can see that moving your model, you will get a different result. A moving part of your model, you can see how the light is downgrade. Okay, so here another session outdoor. Okay, another outdoor session. The reason why I chose this picture, just to show you how is light, like the daylight or a sunlight, can overexpose your areas or your body, the same like the studio light. So you can have overexposed result over here, and you can have the same overexposed result over there. Okay, and that's it. Okay, if you would choose in the different settings to make that area, how to say, to come to more natural skin tone, you would need to sacrifice or the whole picture information. Okay, so there is ways how to do it, but I am just saying that you can get similar results shooting with the studio light, the same like shooting with the sunlight. Okay, so that's all what I can just say here. Okay, we still have more to go. Okay, and so here we go. This slide is another session. Okay, another session, another couple, and another dressed couple. Okay, and what I'm going to say to you about this picture. So, like you see, okay, if you go around the pictures, which I do, I am trying to put my clients into a natural setting for them. Okay, and to see in which way they feel natural and shoot then. Okay, I don't do this posing, okay, like people would go, okay, bring their clients on stage, then they try to pose them somehow, okay, do this, do that, and then they shoot. Okay, I am doing this only in the way when I do not successful and safe shots. Okay, only in the way if people absolutely have no fucking clue what they're doing. Okay, only then. The reason why photographers do that in the studio is simple reason. It saves time, it gets you straight away the result, it saves time and makes money. These pictures, which are approved by the other couples, Okay, they are being just copied and copied again and again, and every couple who would go to that studio will have the same picture. Okay, because that picture proved that it sells, and that's what they're doing. They're not bothering to find that natural environment with the natural point, how they stand sexy or happy with each other, and take that time, because that cost, the time is what it costs. Okay, so I am not doing this way. The reason why I'm showing this, because this couple was not posed at all. They were just playing the way they playing in the real life, and I was shooting them in the real life. Okay, how, how we make those pictures, that's what they've got. Okay, that's who they are, and that's how they represent, and that's why those pictures are much stronger when you look at the whole file. Okay, then those pictures which were just set for a certain how to say outfit, for the certain posing, you know snap snap and go. This is not how to say the same story with me. Okay. Oh, so good that it's covering this up. Okay, so I am going back into my erotica photography, and this is news when the people in this particular shot, the lady sitting nude, and she had a very big boobs. Okay, and so what I wanted to add is some pearls. Okay, like you see, I put the necklace and I put um, something on her hand as well, the pearls, right? And I asked her to cover those nipples, okay, and just hold that breast in the certain position so she would feel comfortable for a nude portrait, right? So what we're starting is, I always say that when people are uncomfortable shooting nude, you should pose them in the way that they are covering themselves to start with. Okay, never never push the person when he is not ready. Okay, you need to have those shots and make sure, okay, that the person is happy the way you direct, the way you should, happy to go ahead. Okay, I know that the goal is to undress, right? And how to say, but you need to start from some kind of like a dignity, because everyone, wants to be respected. The body needs to be respected, and the body is something sacred to me. So that's how I start. I pose and try to hide with their hands, and like you see, I told in my previous classes that hold on to something. Okay, hold on to the hair, hold on to the earring, or hold on to the necklace, feels more comforting, okay, to the person who is exposed, who is naked in front of you. It's less vulnerable for that personality. Okay, although the challenge is to go as much deeper than that, right? Okay, so when shooting couples, right? So this picture I chose because they both wearing similar outfits. Like you see, they matching the color. She's wearing a burgundy body and he's wearing a burgundy shirt, right? And so how to say, this particular picture is about taking turns, so when people are shooting at my studio, I would always ask him to do something for her, like he is kissing now her thigh because she likes this way. Okay, and so he's doing something for her, and then I would ask them to change and to swap, and she would do something what he likes, right? Okay, and so that's how my photo shoots are, it's like a real experience. It's trying to play some kind of like a game, okay? Because if I push just only my um understanding of what erotic photography should be, I would never learn, okay? Because it will be just my way, my posing, my settings, and I believe that the most of the information actually, and the whole experience and development in the erotic photography comes from that point when my clients teaching me new things. Okay, they giving me a different sensations, a different information about their relationship. Okay, what they like, what she like, and how it is. And I can tell you, I remember one thing. I was shooting a couple. Let me make the slide better here. Okay, I was shooting a couple, and we were into those making love scenes. There was no penetration, no sex on set at that point, but he was just how to say, touching her everywhere, and kissing, and and just starting. Okay, it's just like a good start, like a proper start. And her face all the time was unhappy, like she's in pain or she's not enjoying. And first I thought maybe she's so awkward because I am standing just behind him, and shooting them. So I was trying to do in the way that I'm not recognizable, okay, that I'm not that much visible. And her face didn't change. The more they go into those sexual games, the more awful it looked. And it looked like she's like in pain. Okay, she's like absolutely in pain. And I stopped the scene and I said, "Is there something wrong? Like you are not enjoying, or what's happening? You don't look, you don't look, how to say, okay to me." And she said, "What do you mean? This is my turn on face." And I was like shocked, because I make all those faces, I bet, and you make all those faces when you're not watched and you're not aware. And I know I do, okay? I know I do, but not at that stage when you are just, how to say, touching each other, and doing that kind of stuff. Not at that moment. And so I just realized that we are so different. We all have this face, and I have not seen my face, and probably I am also not very happy in certain situations. So, like I say, those clients show me and teach me a lot for those years. And that's why I do not stage. That's why I use erotic energy as a live creation, as a flowing through this photo shoot, through that experience. The sexual energy is the highest energy which the, that I want combined art, like I want to connect the sexual energy and art energy together when I'm making those shots, because only then they are so speaking and so real and so powerful to me and to everyone else. Because I'll tell you what, people are very much, when they shooting those fake things, and trying to compete with the other photographers. And that is another thing which I want to tell you, is that it is very important. People are trying to compete. People are trying to be someone who they are not. Okay, and that's the thing. And then they're scared that they not get paid. When they see my photo shoot, they understand that this is them, that this is real, and that's the thing what happened with them, and that's how it's supposed to be in real life. Okay, so that is why it is important to keep this way. Okay, so that is another totally different light, like you see. Okay, another light variation where I can express him. Okay, and I, how to say, here absolutely want to point at him, and at him being a gentleman wearing a bow tie and things, right? And he is the macho and things, right? And here is another shot which was also suspended and things. This is a fetish, how to say, theme, when people are wearing leather things and leather stuff, and he is lifting that dress. And I hope it will not be suspended, because how to say, because of her butt cheeks hanging on off the dress, right? But like I say, here is a clear information. The hands are there, the body is there, and the connection is talking what they doing. It's not staged. He is seriously, you know, ripping and lifting that dress. Okay, no doubt about that, right? Okay, this is another lighting. In this lighting, I wanted to represent the torso, okay, and his nipples. And that is cross dressers, the guys who would like to play with woman outfits. And this is one of my corsets, which we used from my wardrobe in my changing room in the studio. And I think it matched him absolutely amazingly. Okay, and he brought some nice, beautiful sky blue panties. Okay, and that's all the combination what we made and shot. Okay, so like I say, I am trying to match an information about the person. Okay, and then add some outfits and then add some light. Okay, towards this, right? So here is two girlfriends, one blonde, another is brunette, and they are having some kind of a connection here. Another light, another situation here, just a small party and enjoying their photo shoot and just, having a drink and having a kiss and whatever on the camera, right? Okay, so another lighting option, like you see, this is a boudoir, more boudoir, and this is another situation here, how we light this body and how we show the curves and how we go into a darker mode, right? If we check all these slides here by now, you understand that I am not that person who would use the same settings every time. This is more a bedroom and intimate environment, and sometimes, how to say, you must let it in the way. Okay, if we would shoot explicit shots and we would want to see, okay, that would not be enough. Okay, because here you just see the body shapes and stuff, that will be not enough. But like you see, his intimate areas are not visible. Okay, and that was the purpose of the shot. Okay, again, that is another threesome with the model and also undressing stage. Okay, there are two girls posed, and again, it's a totally different atmosphere and it's a totally different situation. Okay, and here we go. I want to finish this with that shot where you can see that we are absolutely using a really low light and just showing the forms. Okay, what couple is doing. All right, I can show you here so you could see more. Okay, and so that's a small representation of my variety of the lightings. Of course, you cannot remember all of that. Okay, all you need to do is to memorize in your eyes and see how it can be different from how to say, from one picture to another picture, how it can represent an erotic adult situation, the scene that we created. Sometimes it flattens and matches, sometimes it's not. Okay, but that's why you're doing it. You're doing an experiment with yourself and with your clients. And the story is going to be for the next time. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Love you, kiss you, and bye.